So 4 new names were just copyrighted by Mob Entertainment, and they reveal brand new characters for either Chapter 5 or a different Poppy Playtime game that we don't know about yet. But what I'm going to be doing today is breaking down all of these names, what these characters could look like, and if they're going to be good or evil. The names are Playtime Co. Wrong Side Outimals, Giblet, Globy, and Lily Lovebraids. So what I think these new names are for different versions of the Smiling or Nightmare Critters. And I talked about this a little bit in my last video with our last leaked name, and I thought that maybe in Chapter 5 we're going to be getting another set of the critters. But the one thing I was wondering when I made that video is, what is this set going to be called? We have the Smiling Critters, the Nightmare Critters, but now what I think they're going to be called is the Playtime Co. Wrong Side Outimals. Now the only problem with this name is that it just makes no sense at all. And I looked up everything I could to try to match with something like Wrong Side or Outimal, but literally nothing came up when I tried to search it. So we're really going to have to make some guesses here if we want to figure out what this means. So here's my theory. When the Smiling Critters and Nightmare Critters first got copyrighted on Trademark IA, they were just called Smiling or Nightmare Critters. They weren't called Playtime Co. Nightmare Critters. But for whatever reason, this name is Playtime Co.'s Wrong Side Outimals. And there's not like a different version that's just the Wrong Side Outimals. It's literally just this one with Playtime Co. in it. So Playtime Co. is obviously important to this, but what exactly? Well, I think the Wrong Side Outimals are rejected versions of the critters that were never made into toys. Or they were critters that were being experimented on but ended up failing, so they decided to just abandon them or something. And if you mix the words around of Wrong Side Outimals, you get the word outside and wrongimals. So maybe Playtime Co., when they finished experimenting these failures, they just threw them outside or something. And now because of that, they're angry and want revenge. Or maybe when they got thrown outside, the prototype took them in or something, and now they're on his side. Because to be honest, one of my main problems with Chapter 5 is how exactly the story's gonna go. We've defeated pretty much every villain except the prototype, so what exactly are we gonna do for the entire game? Well, I think that these Wrong Side Outimals are gonna be characters that the prototype uses to fight against us. And maybe after we defeat them, then he'll come after us himself. But again, this could be something for Poppy Play Park or Smiling Critter Survivors. Now, I really don't know if these are two different games or the same game, but recently we've been getting a lot of news on the Smiling and Nightmare Critters. So I think that the game is going to be called Smiling Critter Survivors and the Poppy Play Park is going to be a part of it. But anyways, the next name we have here is Globy. Now this one's weird because I don't have a lot of great guesses on it. And for whatever reason, it's spelled Globy instead of Globee like the insect. And if it was spelled Globee, it could be like some sort of bee character, but we already have Cat Bee, so I feel like that would have been kind of repetitive. But now that it's not spelled like that, we have pretty much no idea on what this animal could be. My only guess right now is that it could be based off an animal that ends in BY, but the only animal that does end in BY is a wallaby that looks like this. It pretty much just looks exactly like a kangaroo, and I feel like I definitely could see a Smiling or Nightmare Critter based off this guy. So maybe it could be like a glowing kangaroo in the game. I guess that'd be pretty cool. And this next name probably makes even less sense, and this name is Giblet. Now for this one, I really just have no idea. But I did find this, and the word giblet actually means the liver, heart, and neck of a chicken. So maybe it could be some sort of chicken critter, but the word giblet specifically means the neck. So yeah, like I said, I have no real good guesses here. The definition of the word gib is a wooden or metal bolt, and I definitely don't think that that's what this is based off here. But I feel like Globy and Giblet could be siblings possibly. I have really nothing to back this up at all. It's just the kind of vibe I got off these two names. Because they do sound pretty similar, Giblet and Globy. Maybe not necessarily siblings, but maybe similar looking animals or nightmare critters or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, like I said, I really have no clue for what this guy could be. If you have any good guesses, leave them in the comments. And now the final name I have today is Lily Lovebraids. Now when I first read this name, I immediately get Poppy vibes and Kissy Missy vibes. Poppy because this definitely sounds like it could be the name of a doll. And Kissy Missy because the last word in this is love braids, and Kissy Missy's all about love and kisses and stuff. So I think that this is definitely going to be some sort of doll character. Or it could be another human character because we have had human-like characters in Poppy Playtime before, like with Miss Delight. Maybe in Chapter 5 there could be a giant doll that chases us around. But the only problem is, if they introduce another doll into Poppy Playtime, I feel like it would be way too similar to Poppy, because her name is literally the name of the franchise, Poppy Playtime. And if they do introduce another doll just for it to be the villain of a game and then we kill that doll in like 10 minutes, I feel like that wouldn't really make sense storytelling-wise. So I feel like this character must be important and could be related to Poppy in some way. Maybe Elliot Ludwig had 2 daughters and he turned Poppy into a doll and he turned Lily into another one. But I don't really know how that would work either, because Poppy is in a case pretty much right next to his office. And this is the first time of us ever even hearing the name Lily in this franchise. Maybe it could be the friend of Poppy when she was still a human. And I'm calling her Poppy right now because we don't know what her name was before she got turned into this doll. But I did do a little bit of research, and there is another doll named Lily that looks like this. So maybe Lily Lovebraid could be the evil version of Poppy, or the good version, because we don't really know if Poppy's good or evil right now. I mean, at the end of chapter 4, she literally just abandoned us and Kissy, even though we saved her life multiple times. So if she really is the villain, we wouldn't really need an evil version of her. And I do actually have another theory on Lily Lovebraids that I want to go over really quick. But I think Lily Lovebraids could potentially be 1007. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a video that Mob Entertainment posted onto their YouTube channel from Harley Sawyer's point of view, and there was a note next to his computer that said, keep an eye on Doughy the Doughman, Kissy Missy, and 1007. We don't know who 1007 is, but I feel like it could be Lily for one main reason, and that's because the name is Lily Lovebraids. I feel like that has to be a good character, and Doughy and Kissy are both good characters too, so Harley Sawyer is telling himself to keep an eye on the characters that help us throughout our journey. So if Lily does end up helping us, there is a chance that she could turn out to be 1007. And that would mean that she was created right after the prototype was. Maybe they realized that the prototype was too powerful and they had to create something to destroy it. Maybe Lily was the daughter of the prototype before he got turned into this and was still human. And maybe that's why they turned her into a doll, to try to stop him. I have no real evidence for this. I'm just saying different ideas, and I want to know which one you guys agree with more. But if you have a theory for Lily, let me know in the comments too. But now, there is one more thing I want to mention about all these names that were leaked today. And it's that a lot of stuff has been getting leaked from Mob recently, like different names for new characters that we've never seen. And for whatever reason, it's happening at the same time Chapter 4 Mobile is coming out on supposedly July 16th. If you don't know, Mob Entertainment posted this photo with Doughy in it coming out of a phone, telling us that Chapter 4 Mobile is going to be coming out on that day. But I feel like there just has to be something else on that day that relates to all of this stuff that we're getting today, because I feel like it can't be a coincidence that we're getting this all around the same time. But I could be wrong, because Yarnaby and Doughy the Doughman were both leaked months before they were revealed. So these names could be something that we don't actually know who they are until months from now, like in October or something. But I really do hope that something else interesting happens on that day, not just Chapter 4 Mobile. Or maybe in the trailer for Chapter 4 Mobile, we'll get something interesting, like a little teaser at the end of the video for Chapter 5 or Poppy Play Park. Just something to line up with all these leaks that we've been getting recently. And I did talk about this a little bit in my last video, but last time when all these Nightmare Critter names and Smiling Critter names were leaked, they were all leaked, I think, in the same day, if I'm not wrong. But for some reason, these leaks are spread out between days. Like yesterday, we got Chum Chompkins, and today we got 4 new names. And these leaks aren't all just new characters, like with Poppy Play Park and Smiling Critter Survivors, and with the Playtime Co. Wrong Side Outimals. Last time, we got the name Nightmare Critters leaked and all of the Nightmare Critters names in the same day. And if not in the same day, it was at least like within the same 3 days. So we could potentially be getting more names tomorrow. And if I am right about the Chapter 4 Mobile thing, we could be getting a small Chapter 5 teaser in that trailer. Maybe not really a Chapter 5 teaser, maybe like a Poppy Play Park teaser or a Smiling Critter Survivors teaser. Just something, anything really to give us new Poppy Playtime content. Because there hasn't really been anything official now for a while. Yes, Chapter 4 Mobile is official, but that's not really anything new. It's just the same game that we've been seeing and playing already for the last 6 months. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up everything I wanted to talk about in this video, and I really hope you guys did go on to enjoy. And subscribe if you're excited for Poppy Playtime Chapter 5.